Hey yo, what is poppin' everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you notice, I'm in the same clothes and I'm in almost the same spot as I was last video. That is because I'm filming this right now on the same day. I just finished filming that one like 15 seconds ago. So yeah, it is the same day. I'm still super pumped about little baby Meredith. She's so adorable. She's right in here in this tank. But we have another little new friend. I also got calcium on my hand. Let's see if it'll show it. Yep, there it is. But we also have another new little friend who is just as adorable, if not even more adorable. This thing is smaller. It is the smallest species of turtle in the world. And as you guys know, we had Meredith and we had the box turtle, but we also already do have this species. Let me pull out the adult really quickly and show you guys. She's actually just in this tank. I just have to find her, which is challenging because she likes to burrow. And she also bites pretty hard. There she is. She is quite chunky. Quite a lovely lady. Not really. She doesn't like me. She likes to bite me. Here she is. This is my 3-striped mud turtle. She lost her stripes mainly because there's algae, and as they get older, they do lose their stripes. She is quite a chunky lady, as you guys can see. She's overflowing with fat. But you know what? That's alright. She does like to eat a lot, and these aren't turtles that move a lot. They're pretty stationary, at least as adults. So that's why she's so fat. They just don't move a lot in general. And she just constantly eats. This thing is like a black hole. But she does like to bite me. She does bite very hard. This is, honestly, I'm more scared of getting bit by her than by Steve. And that's saying something, because Steve's a 4-foot lizard. This is a 3-inch turtle. But yeah, this is my little 3-striped mud turtle, smallest turtle in the world. This is a full-grown adult. Fits comfortably in the palm of your hand. And she's staying in a 40-gallon as an adult, but we have a baby version of this. Really quickly, watch this. I'm gonna go grab her. Let's go over there. Have to set her down, make sure she was all right. All right, here we go. Here's Meredith rummaging around. Holy cow, guys. I'm scared of picking this thing up. Do you guys see this thing? Look at the size of this thing. And it's not a newborn hatchling. It has growth rings. This thing is probably like over a month old, and it is still this tiny. This thing is a pebble. It looks like a little beetle, and it is always angry. It's not focusing, but it is trying to bite me at the moment. It's like, it's so mean and so small, but I love her. She's so cute. Oh, can you guys see the mouth? She's trying to bite you. She's absolutely tiny. This is like a Skittle. It's so cute. But alright, we're gonna set up a little tank inside for her, because this one is so small, I just don't trust leaving it out here. It's gonna get eaten if it stays out here. See, the little baby box turtle is in a fully enclosed thing. Rats can't get in here. Snakes, well, snakes could get in there, but snakes, there's no real snakes that eat baby turtles, especially not in my area. So there's no mice that could get in here, no snakes, no birds, so I feel comfortable with that one. I don't have anything that's fully enclosed like that can also house a big water area for an almost fully aquatic turtle. So I am going to have to house her inside. Luckily, especially my room is pretty warm, so I won't need a heater. We're 74, so perfect temperature for these guys. I will put a heat lamp on the tank over her basking spot, which she'll need to, if she does want to come out of the water and bask, because I know that my big one, which is very strange, but she loves to bask. So I will offer this one a basking spot, and that will also keep the water warmer. Probably, the tank water is probably gonna be around 78, 79 most of the time. So she will do pretty good. But, all right, let's get this. I'm putting her in a 5-gallon. Let me show you guys the tank. It's a rimless 5-gallon. I have to set her down in the bucket. It's sitting right here. I'm gonna have to scrub real hard because this tank is filthy. Hasn't been used in years. So I'm gonna scrub this really good, try get everything out, but that's the tank. We're gonna use some of that white substrate. Well, it was white. I don't know. It's alive because it's been sitting in water. So that's why I'm using that substrate instead of brand new, because I just want to make sure that it's got bacteria in there, because I don't have a filter right now to put on this tank. So she is going to be filterless, but for such a small turtle, I don't think it'll matter. I'll just keep up with weekly water changes. And also, she's so small that a filter would probably blow her around the entire tank. so that's all right. Yeah, let's get to work. I gotta get scrubbing. I gotta clean this thing. I don't know how clean it's gonna come out because it is bad. All right, so just like that, I've spent like an hour cleaning it, but now it is perfectly clean. That is a beautiful tank. This was my first time ever de-rimming a tank, so I did do some mistakes. You can see where I chipped the glass a little bit, but nothing major. Tank still holds water. This tank is still perfect. So we are good to bring it inside and figure out a nice spot to put this little guy. So let's go inside. Okay, so I was thinking right here next to my computer would be a good spot because I'm always editing here and I'm always doing stuff, so this turtle will get to see me a lot. I have the tank right there. So I'm gonna clean this up, shift the computer over a little bit, give it some room, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna place it right here. So let me do that. All right, so there it is. It's set right there. Looks pretty good. My setup is a mess now, but I'm gonna fix it all up, make sure that everything still looks good. That's where it's gonna sit. That looks pretty good to me. Now I need a substrate and some rocks. So let's get that. All right, so I've got some rocks, I've got some sand, I've got this little log, some plants, and my heat/UVB bulb. This does do both, which is nice. Hopefully this still turns on. I haven't used it in about 2 months, so I'm not sure. I'm hoping though. So we're gonna start with the substrate. Let me pour that in there. All right, so we have our substrate. I'm actually gonna spread it out so it's not just sitting in one little area. This doesn't have to be very thick. I'm going for a really thin substrate. Basically almost no substrate. And this will also flatten out as soon as I add some water. I'm gonna stack the rocks. I'm not sure where. I'm gonna do this by a logical standpoint and where I'm gonna put the heat lamp. I'm probably gonna put it over here just because I don't want it overheating my computer. So a heat lamp is probably gonna go in this corner. So I'm gonna add some rocks now over there. All right, so we have our login. Now I'm gonna find some place for this pothos. This is just to add some, some greenery to this tank. Doesn't necessarily need it, but it'll be cool. I'm also gonna keep the water relatively shallow, simply because this is a newborn baby, and I'm not sure on how well it can swim. So I'm not gonna go over 2 inches, I'd say. I'm gonna keep it very, very, very shallow. But all right, let's add these plants. All right, so just like that, we have our scape, we have our plant, I added another rock, a bigger one, so I can actually have the water level right about there, while keeping dry areas for the little baby turtle to climb on. So we added the log, the plant, some sand for substrate. I'll just add this little stick in there too, or not. There we go. And we added that pothos. So that looks really good, and that pothos will be dipped in water, and what's great about pothos is that it grows in dark, sun, and it can also grow almost fully submerged. So that plant should do great in there. We have our heat lamp, and I don't know where I just put it, but I have an old fixture, which I'm hoping will still work. We're gonna test it. All right, so boom, we have our heat lamp on there, and I actually found this little Tetra heater. And since the heat lamp is pointing on the land, I'm gonna try to put it in there. If I see that the water temperature is too hot though, I will remove it. Because if it's not needed, there's no point in having it. But all right, let's get some water in this. This looks sick as a terrarium, just like on its own. That'd be cool for like, I don't know, a little frog. Something would look cool in there, but I'm gonna stick some water in here and bring in the little baby turtle. All right, so the water's in. It's obviously a little murky, but that's because I just added it, and there's substrate in here, so it'll be a little murky for, I'd say, a day, but it's already looking pretty clear for our freshly set up tank. And we'll be back tomorrow to film this when it's clearer, since it's right next to my editing setup. And also, look who's in my hand. Look at this little angry fella. What a guy. He's so small, or she, I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's a he, because I have a she. I need a little boy, but he'll take ages to grow up. So I'm looking 3-4 years before he's any size close enough to breed. This tank actually looks huge compared to him. So small. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite turtle species. Out of every turtle, I've always had a passion for these guys. Actually, my first reptile when I moved here to the United States was a little baby 3-striped mud turtle. I had him for, I'd say, 5 years, and I left, gave him to a friend of mine. Didn't know much about reptiles, ended up dying. Her name was Pickles. I miss her. But yeah, this guy's super cute. Alright, time to add him in. Alright, so as you guys can see, I just added the little fellow. I added him on land because that's what you always want to do for water turtles, especially when they're babies. Since they can't really control their breathing, you want to make sure that they get a big breath of air before they actually go into the water, because they could suffocate and drown. So I'm making sure I added him on land. He'll figure out where the water is pretty shortly. It'll just take him a few seconds. But he is so small. Look at that. It's as big as my fingernail. He looks like a little bug. So cute. Absolutely adorable. Alright, so he just plopped right in the water. He's right there. As you guys can see, he's absolutely tiny and adorable. I'm hoping he doesn't get behind this rock, because then I'll never find him. For now, he's just chilling. So small. But yeah, he's got this relatively big old enclosure for him. Tiny enclosure for me. I mean, I'm not used to making such small enclosures. I'm used to big stuff. But I think it came out pretty good for a small tank. I mean, you guys saw what I did for the box turtle. That was about 2 times bigger than a 40-gallon. And actually, the whole tank averages out to be, I think it was 117 gallons. So it's big. This is only a 5-gallon. But that's all this, especially for a turtle that small. I didn't want to put this guy in a big enclosure because I know if I put him in too big of a tank, he won't be able to find his food. And I won't be able to find him to feed him. Well, the box turtle I actually saw munching on some strawberries already. And I've had her for less than 5 hours. Box turtles are really easy to care for. They basically do everything on their own. Yeah, this turned out great. I love this. So I can sit right here, I can edit, do whatever I need to do, and I look over, and I have my little turtle buddy just hanging out with me. I like that. I'll move this candle right over here. Here we go. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little micro build. Only took me, I'd say, an hour from start to finish doing everything, and it came out great. Turtle seems to be happy. Everything's going good. I have a little setup next to my computer now. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, because I certainly did. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell-like notification icon to be notified of when I make more videos like this, and peace out.